The photograph slipped from her fingers, landing softly on the dark wooden floor. It was an instant, a captured moment in time that sparked a swell of memories, each one sharper than the last. A small laugh escaped her lips, not quite a smile, as she realized how clumsy it felt to forget something so beautiful, yet so heavy. It had been nearly a year since she had heard his voice. The hushed whispers of their late-night conversations still danced on the edges of her mind, often accompanied by the rain tapping softly against the window, reminding her of how many nights they spent communicating with the world beyond, in a cocoon of their own. On evenings like these, when the shadows stretched long and the silence felt palpable, the echoes of their laughter would resonate, bouncing against the walls. 1 second, one heartbeat, one photograph. As she sat down on the edge of her bed, the dim light from the bedside lamp illuminated the image before her. It was a picture of them at the park, taken when the cherry blossoms were in full bloom. They had spent that day wandering beneath the trees, the sun filtering through the petals like rays of hope. There was innocence in that time, a blissful naivety that now felt far removed from her reality. In the photo, he wore that goofy grin, the one that made her feel like she had found home. It made her heart ache in a way she had nearly forgotten, like a reminder that healing sometimes means revisiting the pain. How odd it was, she thought, to feel the warmth of their love dripping off the edges of a fading photograph, while sitting in a room steeped in shadows. She leaned closer, her fingers tracing the outlines of their faces, skirting around the edges of the frame as if trying to recover the moment that had passed long ago. As the rain picked up outside, she could almost hear whispers rising from the gushing water. It was as if the rain carried with it the unsaid words, those that lingered in the quiet spaces of their relationship. She chuckled softly at the irony. Life felt like an endless loop of what-ifs, and yet here she was, caught in the image of yesterdays she couldn't let go of. Her chest tightened as she remembered the last night they had together. It was late, and the world had felt still, draped in that magical hush that comes with the promise of healing. They had talked for hours, each moment spilling into the next as she felt his warmth beside her. But sometimes, love is a fragile thing, woven together with unsteady threads. She remembered how he had held her tightly, whispering sweet nothings as the outside world faded away. But then, in the blink of an eye, everything changed. With the abruptness of a midnight storm, their conversations had turned heavy with uncertainty. "I can't do this anymore," he had said, his voice trembling slightly. It was the truth, and it pierced through her like a shard of glass. She had fought the tears that evening, swallowing her heartache as if that would keep it safe. Now, staring at the photograph, the rawness of that moment hit her anew. How was it possible to feel both the warmth of their past and the chill of the void left behind? She closed her eyes, savoring the lingering memory of his embrace and the softness of his laughter. They were a tapestry of moments stitched together with joys and sorrows. Tonight, she had let the memory seep in, allowing it to mingle with the quiet of her room, pouring into the open spaces where hope had once flourished. With a gentle sigh, she stood up, brushing the photograph aside as she walked to the window. The rain fell harder now, each droplet racing down the glass like thoughts racing through her mind. She pressed her forehead against the cool surface, watching the reflections distort and blend into one another, a beautiful chaos akin to the whirlwind in her heart. "How oddly comforting to know," she whispered to the empty room, that something as simple as rain could wash away my fears, if only for tonight. But the truth was, she missed his warmth, an ache that gnawed at her heart even now. It felt almost laughable, this longing that had turned her quiet nights into insomniac wanderings of memory. Her gaze drifted to the distant street lamps flickering outside, illuminating the empty streets cloaked in darkness. There was a lesson in solitude that yearned to be learned. While darkness can feel isolating, it also held secrets of its own, moments of clarity hidden beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered in the quiet hours. She knew that healing wouldn't happen overnight. It could take weeks or even months, but for now, she was okay with simply existing in memories. Taking a deep breath, she turned away from the window and let her heart echo softly against the silence. As she returned to her bed, she whispered a silent promise to herself. Someday she would embrace this journey, allowing her heart to mend while also remembering the colors of love that had once filled her world with light. Tonight, however, the shadows melted into a calm tenderness, even if just for a moment. In this solitude, where time felt suspended, she could almost feel the presence of care wrapped around her like a warm blanket, and in that embrace, the rain continued to sing a lullaby outside her window, a soft reminder that someone, somewhere, was hoping for her peace. Maybe, just maybe, healing begins with allowing those memories to exist without fear.